All right, this is going to be the part of, what is it now, part 6. This is going to be the reassembly phase, because, as you can see, we got the engine mounted in there. And anybody who is working with a floor, like what I got, you know, gravel, crushed concrete, what have you, I went out and I got these frame rails off an old tractors, put them underneath the wheels. They work pretty good for rolling the engine hoist around. So I guess next we'll be putting the front bolster on, and I guess for that the plan is I'm going to put this side, this frame rail on here to help hold the engine, helps give it some support. Then we'll get the front bolster put on, we'll put the other frame rail on, and we'll see what else we get done before we come back. But as you can see, I got the alignment dowel in there. Those seem to work pretty good, especially for when you got it close, you got it kind of lined up. So we'll get to getting the other parts put on and we'll come back. And we're back, and she is now sitting on all 4 wheels. Got the bolster put on today. Took the splitter stand off. So now the plan is we're going to put the governor on. We're going to put the hydraulic pump on the other side, and the manifold to kind of help seal up the engine. And we're going to, those are going to be the first 3 things to go on. And I'm not going to film too much of that because, well, you saw me pulling it all off. So it's just going to be doing the same thing, only in reverse. And I guess we'll probably bring you back when we go to start setting initial timing. Alright, just to show, I got all this side here done. Starter put back on, clutch readjusted. And over here, got the hydraulic lines put on. Now before I put them on, I did put oil in the tubes, so at least it's not completely dry. But now it's time to set initial timing. And for that, what I did is I pulled the rocker cover off. Now, I put it back on there, but I did even pull the oil pan off just to verify. But this number 1 cylinder's on top dead center compression. And I got the timing marks on the inline. Put a little paint pen on there to see it better. So now what we gotta do is we gotta get the distributor. And we gotta set the rotor. Pull the cap off here. Set the rotor here so that it's pointing to the number 1, which would be, spin it the right way, about there, because although I didn't have to, I numbered which cylinder they went to, and then on here, that's about where the number 1 spark plug is going to be. So now it's just to line this up, put it in there. It does come out so you can turn it to adjust it. without moving the rotor. So we'll get that adjusted and put on. And then after it's put on, you just go in your firing order right here. 1, 3, 4, 2. So we'll get getting some more done and come back. Alright, we got the distributor bolted up. And if you look there, this notch here is directly across from where number 1 is going to be. So that actually looks pretty good. I'm not gonna mess with it much more right now. But to fine tune the timing, there's a clamp here, and there's one on the other side. Kind of see it. And then there you can actually spin this either way. So we'll get to put more parts on, and that's what the oil looked like that was in it. We'll get to putting the rest of the parts on, and I'll probably bring it back when it's about done. Alright, after some work, we got the oil pan put back on. Like you saw everything here. Got the radiator put on. The distributor. And I got the rocker cover pulled off because this thing's been sitting for a while, so before I start it up I wanted to drizzle oil over the top of it. But the only thing left is to hook this up to the distributor, or to the coil. I'm not going to do that quite yet. I want to crank it over a little bit to kind of help get oil pumping through it. But one thing to do, the 400s and the M's are vented different. See, the M's have the fitting back here, whereas the 400s had it on the top of the rocker cover. So what I did is I just took the tube and I cut it. I just put that rubber line in between the two. So we'll get to getting this thing ready to fire up and come back.